Okay, we start now. All right, you want to start first?
So I will be the first one, sir.
Yeah, dapat.
So for the first question,
Mm.
as a government school teacher,
Mm-hmm.
what are your views on recent educational policies change in Malaysia, especially in relation to curriculum planning, classroom
Mm.
teaching, and student assessment?
Okay, from my own personal point of view, all right, there are lots of policy changes in which we can see in Malaysia. Okay, the first one that I can see that I can really notice is that it is more on the holistic student change. Okay, meaning towards their development. All right. The next one will be the high order thinking skills, the way how they think. All right. And the next one will be digital literacy and also value based education. Okay. So when it comes to curriculum planning, all right, teachers they totally encourage, right? Meaning encourage in what ways? Okay. The first one will be to focus on meaningful learning experience. Okay. Rather than to understand the curriculum itself. Okay, so this one is more on the experience. All right, and then now let me look into just now. The second question will be regarding the classroom teaching, correct? Okay, classroom teaching. All right, like I informed earlier on, there are lots of there are too many. Sorry, there are so many different types of teaching. Okay, the first one that you can really think about will be the differentiated learning. Okay, in BM we call it as kaedah pembelajaran terbeza. Okay, whereby it is more on the way how we want the students to be on their own, meaning it is more on the students centered learning compared to teacher centered. Okay, because we want the students to really expose. All right. So now in the 21st century, we are more on the PBL, in which, if you know, that is a project based learning. Okay. Project based learning is a task or a project where the students they need to how do you call they do need to really earn for their bands when it comes to PBL. All right. And then this shows that the diversity between the students itself, the way how they think. Okay, and of course when it comes to improvement you can see the two things that you want to know, the diversity between the students itself and the engagement is totally improved. Okay, and the last one we want to talk about assessment, right? Okay, the assessment nowadays we do have this some sort, like previously it was called as the Pentasiran Berasaskan Sekolah, PBS, but now they changed it to PBD. It means the classroom based assessment, where this one it totally allows the teachers to monitor the students' performance. Okay, not only based on the assessment that is given, that is formative and also summative assessment, but uh, the how do you call the observation made by the teacher itself plays the biggest role here when it comes to the students. How do you call progression? Okay, and this also is to show that we want the continuous performance among students. All right, and of course, when it comes to all kinds of the implication that normally the teachers will have, of course, it normally workloads. All right. What else? Just now documentation. Okay, and then this will normally will give some problems to certain teachers, but if they love their job, for sure it's not a burden. All right. Thank you. Next question.
So we will be moving to the next question, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so the next question: the Ministry of Education has introduced the Rancangan Pendidikan Malaysia 2026 to 2035, also known as
Right.
the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2026 to 2035. In your opinion, sir,
Okay.
how might this plan affect curriculum implementation in government schools, especially in terms of teaching approaches, student learning, teacher readiness, and school facilities?
All right. For this one, I will answer you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers. The first one will be critical thinking. Okay. Second, creativity. The third will be communication. The fourth will be collaboration. The fifth one will be digital literacy. And of course, the last one will be the ethical values. All right. Why I say these 6 things? Okay. As you know, when it comes to the Malaysian Education Blueprint for the year 2026 to 2035, okay, this shows that the government is ready to strengthen the quality of the education itself. Okay, so that's why these 6 things is totally important when it comes to the impact of the Malaysian Education Blueprint. All right. Furthermore, okay, when it comes to teaching approaches, all right, teachers will have varieties to explore in terms of innovative and technology. Okay, whereby the use of AI support, all right, as an instruction, as a medium of instruction nowadays, it is a compulsory when it comes to teaching for this 21st century. All right. And the next one, when you talk about teachers' readiness, okay, they need to adapt. Okay, they need to adapt because this is one of the ways where the implementation will be successful. Okay, and of course, when it comes to professional development, all right, it is a must in terms of coaching, training, okay, whereby this is used to equip most of the teachers, okay, both knowledge and also skills. And of course, when it comes to school facilities, right, it's very important. Okay, what is the most important thing when it comes to school facilities here and infrastructure? It is always come to the the internet connection in the school. It must be improved. It must be connected because we are going to move towards AI. Right? So it is a must. Okay, for every teachers, for every students, we come to the readiness of this new education. For new Malaysian education blueprint. All right. So it is a must nowadays, not only for urban but also for rural area. Okay, thank you. Next.
Okay, so my question is, in your opinion, how is artificial intelligence or AI beginning to affect teaching and learning in schools, especially in areas such as lesson preparation, student work, assessment, and academic integrity?
Okay, now for this of AI, right? Actually, it is an assistant. Okay, for all teachers and also for all students. But for most teachers, when it comes to lesson planning, it is something that is useful. All right, because AI compared to traditional method, all right, it is not as hard as what you think. Okay, for example, AI, you just ask what do you need, and then they will forcefully do it for you. Okay, that's why normally for tools, for whatever tools that you need in terms of preparation. All right, what else? For resource development, okay, assessment design, the data analysis is all normally we need AI to help us. Okay, now for students, okay, for students is totally different. All right, for students is normally it is more than to personalize their learning experience. Okay, not to copy 100% from AI, but it is more on giving them the learning support. Okay, giving them the learning support, meaning what are the things that they do not have it in how do you call in school. All right, they can get it outside. Okay, so that's why AI is very useful. All right, and of course, you need to avoid also. All right, there are some concerns that normally we do need to wash out. Sometimes you need to be very careful, especially in the terms of integrity. Okay, academic integrity. The next one will be plagiarism and over reliance on technology, meaning you totally depend on technology. You don't put any effort. Okay, and then that's why AI, right? They are pros and cons. Okay, not that you totally neglect it. No, because like I say, AI is only a tool. AI is only for your reference. It's not for your how do you call. You are not living with AI. Okay, you are not totally follow what the ways of the AI. But the thing is, we do need to think about it. Which one that is the thing that you need and the thing that you don't need. All right. Okay. Next question.
So, sir, for the next question,
Hmm?
how does technology integration and digital learning affect
Hmm.
curriculum implementation in your school?
Hmm.
Particularly in terms of teacher readiness, students'
Hmm.
digital skills, and access to devices or internet at home.
Okay. Very good question. All right. When it comes to the impact of technology integration and digital learning, all right, I give you example for my school. For my school, we are totally moving into the 21st century, meaning it is more on the use of AI. Okay, just to be sincere with all of you. And then most of our documentation now, it is all paperless, right? That's why we have sites, meaning most of the things that you want to know are all in our school sites. All right. So that's why when it comes to integration here, technology integration, all right, it is one of the best, how do you call, the best ever tools. All right, when it comes to if you how do you call, you want to move ahead of the 21st century. All right. Uh, why? Reason number one, when it comes to collaboration, it is some sort like it bring people together. Okay. And then secondly, when it comes to communication and when it comes to differentiated instruction, all right, with all of these tools nowadays for this 21st century, it is totally very helpful. And then when it comes to teacher readiness, all right, I cannot say that 100% of the teachers will accept it. Okay, because we do have those that are senior teachers and those that are young teachers. When it comes to senior teachers, for those that are totally into technology, they will for surely can adapt. But for the teacher that is not really good in technology, it is a crucial part, okay, where you know that the teacher will say, oh, I prefer it to be traditional, especially when it comes to lesson planning, right? But for new teachers, it is not a reason for them to not to accept for young teachers. Okay, because for young teachers, they are totally being exposed to the world of technology, so there will be no any excuses for them not to accept. Okay, and when it comes to students, yes, of course, students will love it. All right, students will love it because why? It is more on the combination of how do you call practical and also for theory, and the students will for surely they will love it, and then they will know that this will be the technology that the school have already exposed to them, and they know once they do it at home, they will feel safe. Okay, safety reasons. All right, and the next one is the students will be responsible. All right, and the next one is more on productive. Okay, students will be how do you call, will be more on participating, not to neglect it. All right, you take yourself as example. If how about during your time, this technology do really how do you call exposed to you guys last time? For sure, you will love it, right? And for sure, everyone will score A's for your subjects, right? So this is what is happening in the school now. All right. Okay. Last question. Last question.
So, sir, it will be the last one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, based on your teaching experience, what
Mm-hmm.
improvements should be made by the Ministry of Education,
Mm-hmm.
school administrator, administrator, and teachers to ensure that policy change, AI, and digital learning can improve curriculum
Mm.
quality and
Okay.
student learning outcomes in Malaysia.
All right. Okay. Answer that. Huh? Okay. The first one is the MOE. All right. For the MOE, for sure, we want a clear guideline for new policies. All right. So that is the first one. Second one, they need to provide trainings for teachers when it comes to AI. When the use of when it comes to the use of AI, they do need to provide professional training, not just to give us a 1 day course. No, we need to bring all of the teachers together and to provide them training. Okay, and the third one, of course, we want to improve the digital infrastructure, especially those in the rural area. Okay, that's what we want. And then for the fourth one, okay, it's quite hard, but this is what was told by my former colleague before, to reduce unnecessary administrative workload. Okay, what it means by this, it is more on like example, right? Like reports, right? Report now we can use sites, so the parents just can view from the sites. We do not need to how do you call, we do not need to teachers are not totally burdened with it. They just have to fill in the result, the end result of it. Okay, because why? What is our core business? Our core business is to teach, all right, not to do administrative work. Okay, all right. How about school administrator? School administrator, the most important thing is the support, okay, from them. Meaning they need to foster a culture of innovation and continuous improvement. Okay, do more of PLC. Okay, when it comes to technology. All right, and then to ensure the access to relevant digital resources and technical support. All right, so meaning school administrator, they need to move ahead of the they need to move align with the 21st century how do you call the policy, meaning we need to move ahead, meaning we need to move towards technology and innovation. Okay, and then for teachers, for sure we want the teachers to be embraced with a lifelong learning and continuous upgrade their professional skills. Okay, and then of course we do want the teachers also to be integrated with technology and AI responsibility when it comes to learning. All right, and then of course most of the assessment, whether it comes to formative, whether it comes to summative, all right, they know how to use data when it comes to how to measure the students' performance. All right, and of course we want the students to develop holistically. Okay, including what? Three things. The first one is towards their character, leadership, and also their future ready skills. Meaning now life is very challenging. Okay, without any skills, the students will they can't go far. Okay, they can't go far. For example, like your era is totally different. Nowadays, if they have no any proper education, okay, and they are not be equipped by AI, they cannot go anywhere. Okay, so both AIs and both traditional method need to be balanced. That is what I think about it. Okay, right. I think that's all for my question, for my answers. You have any questions so far?
No, sir. Just 5 questions.
Yeah, 5 question. All right. Later on, I share Hillary the recording. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, boys.